Lisa Vanderpump lost her Beverly Hills hotspot to an expired lease, while Jamie Oliver watched his entire restaurant empire crumble overnight, taking 1,000 jobs with it. When Hollywood's biggest names decide to play restaurateur, the results are often more dramatic than anything you'd see on screen. Buckle up, because the stories behind these celebrity restaurant closures prove that fame and fortune can't save you from making spectacularly bad business decisions. Number 9. Chrissie Hynde's VegiTerranean. Pretenders frontwoman and passionate animal rights activist Chrissie Hynde opened VegiTerranean in Akron, Ohio in 2007, bringing her ethical convictions straight to the dinner table. The vegan restaurant served comfort food that actually made sense: pasta dishes, pizzas, sandwiches, and desserts that didn't taste like cardboard, all in a stylish yet approachable atmosphere that felt more like a neighborhood gem than a celebrity vanity project. From day one, VegiTerranean became an immediate hit with locals who appreciated both the food quality and Hynde's genuine commitment to animal welfare, rather than just slapping her name on a trendy concept. The restaurant's downfall had nothing to do with the food or Hynde's management skills. VegiTerranean opened at possibly the worst moment in recent economic history, right as the 2008 financial crisis devastated American spending habits. When families are choosing between mortgage payments and eating out, even the most beloved local restaurants become expendable luxuries. In 2011, Hynde released a heartfelt statement on the restaurant's website announcing the closure, calling VegiTerranean a labor of love, and directly citing the economic climate as the reason for shuttering. The closure wasn't due to poor reviews, management problems, or lack of community support. It was simply collateral damage in a financial catastrophe that destroyed countless small businesses across America. Hynde's venture proves that sometimes even passionate commitment and quality execution can't overcome economic forces completely beyond your control. Number 8. Ludacris's Straits. Rapper Ludacris actually achieved something rare in the celebrity restaurant world. He opened a genuinely well-received establishment that critics and customers both praised. Straits opened in Atlanta's Midtown in 2008 as an Asian fusion restaurant, created in partnership with respected Singapore-raised chef Chrissie, whose culinary expertise brought authentic Pan-Asian flavors to the menu. Diners enjoyed sophisticated dishes like tamarind beef, fried rice with plump shrimp, and chili lobster that proved Ludacris wasn't just slapping his name on generic celebrity fare. Despite Straits' genuine success and positive reception, Ludacris made a calculated business decision that shocked his loyal customers. In 2012, the rapper won a contract to open a restaurant concept inside Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, one of the busiest airports in the world, guaranteeing constant foot traffic and exposure. The new venture focused entirely on fried chicken, a concept Ludacris believed had more mainstream appeal and franchise potential than upscale Asian fusion cuisine. Rather than managing both restaurants simultaneously, Ludacris chose to shut down Straits and pour all his energy into the airport venture. He diplomatically called Straits a great segue into the industry, essentially treating his first restaurant as training wheels for bigger ambitions. The closure wasn't a failure in the traditional sense. It was a strategic abandonment of a working business model for what Ludacris perceived as a better opportunity. Number 7. Elle Macpherson, Naomi Campbell, Claudia Schiffer, and Christy Turlington's Fashion Cafe. Four of the world's most iconic supermodels, Elle Macpherson, Naomi Campbell, Claudia Schiffer, and Christy Turlington, joined forces in 1995 to front the Fashion Cafe in New York City's Rockefeller Center. The concept perfectly embodied mid-1950s excess: leather booths, a pricey gift shop, glass cases displaying fashion memorabilia, and a literal red carpet at the entrance. The menu served standard diner fare like burgers and platters, proving that even supermodels couldn't elevate basic American food into haute cuisine just by association. After initial success fueled purely by celebrity novelty, the Fashion Cafe expanded aggressively into Barcelona, London, South Africa, and Mexico City. Once the initial excitement wore off and regular customers realized they were paying premium prices for mediocre diner food in a gimmicky environment, the venues began hemorrhaging money at an alarming rate. The fashion cafe's downfall accelerated when a scandal erupted around the corporate masterminds behind the operation. Brothers Francesco and Tommaso Butti, the actual financial backers who recruited the supermodels as celebrity fronts, were charged with fraud and money laundering in Italy. The restaurants folded one by one as the legal troubles mounted, though the brand somehow maintains a bizarre afterlife through its merchandise. The cropped t-shirts from Fashion Cafe have become collector's items thanks to the 1990s fashion revival, proving that sometimes the merch outlasts the actual business by decades. The supermodels walked away relatively unscathed, while the Butti brothers faced serious legal consequences for turning a celebrity restaurant into an alleged criminal enterprise. Number 6. Jessica Biel's Au Fudge. Actress Jessica Biel opened Au Fudge in West Hollywood in March 2016, with high hopes of creating a Soho house for kids, an upscale family restaurant where parents could enjoy quality dining while their children played in a separate supervised area. By early 2017, barely a year after opening, Biel appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live and made a confession that rarely happens in celebrity business ventures. She admitted Au Fudge wasn't making any money. The financial hemorrhaging continued regardless of the menu changes, suggesting the problem ran deeper than food choices. The entire business model was fundamentally unsustainable. Au Fudge permanently closed in July 2018, with Biel promising the brand would remain available for private events. That promise proved as empty as the restaurant's bank account. The entire enterprise shuttered completely soon after. Number 5. Eva Longoria's She by Morton's. Desperate Housewives star Eva Longoria partnered with Morton's Steakhouses in 2012 to launch She by Morton's in Las Vegas, a steakhouse specifically targeting female diners with a concept so aggressively gendered it makes you wonder who approved the marketing. The restaurant featured he cuts, she cuts, and we cuts of meat, a 1920s theme, complete with chandeliers and a catwalk for fashion shows, and dessert menus that included built-in mirrors for lipstick reapplication. The tagline, "Dining, Fashion, Nightlife," suggested the restaurant couldn't decide whether it was feeding customers or hosting a runway show. The restaurant's downfall had nothing to do with its questionable gender marketing and everything to do with legitimate health hazards. In 2014, health inspectors discovered 32 health code violations at She by Morton's, mostly related to faulty thermometers and food being stored at dangerously incorrect temperatures. The Southern Nevada Health District temporarily shut down the venue, creating publicity nightmares that no amount of celebrity endorsement could overcome. Number 4. Drake's Pick 6 Sports. Canadian rapper Drake partnered with his head of security, Nestle Beezer, the Saba Nissan Group, and Montreal chef Antonio Park to open Pick 6 Sports in Toronto in 2018. The restaurant received mixed reviews from critics who couldn't decide if they were experiencing genuine quality or just celebrity hype, but the venture's problems extended far beyond food criticism. Pick 6 Sports became associated with bad press after a major crime occurred right outside its doors, creating a publicity nightmare that no amount of Drake's star power could overcome. The restaurant's operational history reads like a comedy of errors, or a suspicious pattern, depending on who you ask. Pick 6 Sports first closed due to flooding in August 2018, then reopened as a sports bar before closing again in late 2019, officially due to more flooding. However, sources disputed this explanation, alleging the real reason was unpaid rent, a claim the venue's operations manager vehemently denied. Pick 6 Sports was scheduled to reopen in March 2020, but that comeback never materialized. Convenient timing considering the pandemic would have shut it down anyway. Number 3. Hulk Hogan's Pastamania. Professional wrestler Hulk Hogan opened Pastamania in 1995 inside the Mall of America in Bloomington, Minnesota, creating possibly the most aggressively branded restaurant concept in celebrity history. The venue was exactly what you'd expect from the Hulkster: loud, proud, and completely over the top, with pasta shapes literally modeled after Hulk Hogan himself. The mammoth opening event featured a pasta eating challenge and marketing so zealous it made his wrestling promos look subtle by comparison. The menu offered customizable pasta dishes with names like Hulk's Power Pasta, penne with chicken, vegetables, and your choice of sauce that promised to make customers as strong as the wrestling legend. Hogan went all in on marketing to his legion of devoted Hulkamaniacs, genuinely believing his fan base's loyalty would translate directly into pasta sales. The fundamental miscalculation was assuming wrestling fans wanted to eat branded pasta in a shopping mall rather than just watching him body slam people on television. Despite aggressive marketing campaigns that would make modern influencers jealous, Pastamania closed less than a year after opening. Number 2. Britney Spears' Nyla. Pop princess Britney Spears opened Nyla in summer 2002 inside Manhattan's upscale Dillon Hotel, riding high on her massive fame during the peak of her career. The restaurant's name combined NY for New York with LA for Louisiana, Britney's home state, in what seemed like a clever branding move until you realized the concept made no logical sense. Nyla originally served Cajun food to honor Spears' southern roots, attracting celebrity guests like Justin Timberlake, Jessica Simpson, and J. Rule to the grand opening party that promised more than it could possibly deliver. The restaurant's problems materialized almost immediately. Reviews were brutal, criticizing everything from the food quality to the service, prompting management to make a desperate pivot from Cajun to Italian cuisine. Spears cut all ties with Nyla by the end of 2002, abandoning ship before the restaurant dragged down her reputation any further. The venue closed less than a year after opening, joining an elite club of spectacular celebrity restaurant failures that burned bright and died fast. Nyla's collapse happened during the same year Britney and Justin Timberlake broke up. Her performance with the snake at the MTV VMAs, and the release of Slave for You, proving that 2002 was simultaneously the best and worst year of her career, depending on whether you're measuring album sales or restaurant ventures. Number 1. Jamie Oliver's restaurant empire. British celebrity chef Jamie Oliver built a restaurant empire that included Jamie's Italian, 15, and Barbacoa, ventures that collectively employed over 1,000 people and seemed unstoppable at their peak. Jamie's Italian alone expanded aggressively across the UK, establishing the chain as a mainstream dining destination that capitalized on Oliver's reputation as a champion of accessible quality cooking. In 2019, the entire operation collapsed spectacularly. Jamie's restaurant group went into administration, resulting in the immediate closure of 22 out of 25 UK locations and the loss of 1,000 jobs, a catastrophic failure that sent shockwaves through the British restaurant industry. Oliver later admitted in a brutally honest interview that he got the basics wrong, despite nailing all the difficult aspects of restaurant management. He confessed to being conceptually thick when it came to numbers and mathematics, acknowledging that his dyslexia and lifelong avoidance of financial literacy directly contributed to the empire's downfall. The failure wasn't about food quality, concept, or even customer satisfaction. Jamie's restaurant succeeded at the hard stuff most establishments struggle with. The collapse came down to fundamental business basics: cash flow management, financial planning, and understanding the numbers that determine whether a restaurant lives or dies. Oliver's admission that he spent a lifetime refusing to accept responsibility for his mathematical weaknesses reveals a crucial lesson. You can be a brilliant chef with worldwide fame and still destroy a restaurant empire if you ignore the unsexy fundamentals of business operations. Which failed celebrity restaurant shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more proof that even Hollywood's elite can spectacularly fail at basic business fundamentals. They just do it with better publicity and more expensive lawyers.